What's going on, y'all? 75Junction, it's your boy Sherm. I'm here with a very special guest today. Today we have Sika in the building. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling blessed. I'm honored to be here.
Absolutely. No, I'm honored that you came out here. I appreciate you for that. Thank you.
you.
So for those who don't know, you can tell us who you are and what you do.
My name is Sika. I'm 22 years old.
22. Wow.
Yeah, 22. Okay. I am an aspiring curator. Also a conceptual artist. I model. And yeah.
Okay. So what made you want to start, curating and things like that? Like what got you involved in the arts and that kind of industry?
Yeah. So I want to say like 2 years ago, I started creative directing, like shoots and all that stuff. So I really got a hands-on experience about putting together like events. Not events, but like photo shoots from start to finish. And I guess that love of like creative directing, behind the scenes, putting together like different aspects of stuff really got me into like maybe curating, especially since I am an art history major. It just
got you.
I was just like, why not? Like I feel like I could definitely do something like this. And I like to throw parties too. So
like to throw parties too. Okay, got you. It all goes hand in hand.
It just all came together. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. Now you said you're a arts history major, correct?
Yeah.
So what is your favorite time period as far as art is concerned?
Definitely right now, contemporary art, because I just feel like artists right now are moving without censorship and really speaking what's on their mind. People are now having like the voice to actually communicate through their art and not have to feel restricted in any type of way. And I really like that rawness and emotion on a canvas or on a film or anything like that. Yeah.
So you feel like the modern contemporary art, they're really pushing those boundaries that were set or that were established, so to say.
Yeah, definitely giving people a run for their money, for real.
So would you say, in your personal opinion, that art is subjective? I mean, obviously, people say that art is subjective, but in your opinion, like if you go to a fine arts museum somewhere like in France or something like that, and somebody has like a few lines on a huge ass canvas and they're like, oh yeah, this is art, this is worth millions of dollars, like what is there a certain line that you draw where it's like, okay, this is lazy?
There's no limit.
Okay.
I really feel like it's not necessarily up to one person to dictate what art is. It's just what that artist feels and what they're trying to portray on that in that certain time period to reflect the times. You know what I mean?
I got you.
And if it's through one or two lines, then I guess so be it. You know what I mean? Like, who am I to like say that's not art?
No, that's true. Yeah. That's true. Now, and when you look at it like that too, I mean, it's open for interpretation. So definitely, how you see it might be different than how I see it, because I might see a whole story in those few lines, whereas somebody else might be like, oh, it's just a couple lines.
Exactly.
So do you feel like it takes a certain mind state to appreciate art?
That's hard.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like you have to be open and you can't be like closed off to like just looking at a picture. But I feel like anybody can appreciate art. And I feel like art comes in different forms, like
absolutely,
whether it's like dancing, whether it's watching a movie, whether it's like, pure artisan work on a canvas. I feel like it's definitely up to the person and what they want to,
I got you,
appreciate. Even music.
Yeah, music. Yeah. I mean, art is expansive in the sense that it touches literally everything.
So many different areas.
Yeah, I mean, you can find art in anything. I mean, nature, clothes,
right?
Whatever you want to find art in, you can find it.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of being open-minded and being willing to accept it for what it is and the beauty of it. Because there's beauty in everything. Totally. It just depends on how you
see it.
Choose to take that in. So, yeah, okay, that's dope. Now you said you used to model. So what? And do you still model actively or?
Yeah, I model, if I get paid enough for it.
Right.
I mean, I feel like I'm super busy right now, so if nothing's coming with a check,
right,
it's not necessarily in my
I got you
kind of vision, I guess. But I have been honored to work with Christopher John Rogers from Jump to now, and hopefully I work with him again in the future. I want to work with Pierre Moss.
Okay.
Soon, hopefully.
Have you reached out?
I'm working on it.
Okay. I got you.
I'm working on it. But hopefully 2020 that bag is secured, and why not, reach for the stars.
I got you. Okay. Now when you're modeling, like is that your way of expressing your art as well, like personally?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I feel like modeling is more so it was more so to push me out of my comfort zone, because I am so like reserved and so like shy behind the scenes type of person. So I really did it to see if, first of all, if I could even do it. Right. And then like once I did it, and it kind of like built that confidence in me to where I felt like I can do anything now, like whatever. I can walk in with that confidence, right? And own a room, whether I want to or not.
Yeah, and that's good that you took a chance on yourself and went ahead and tried it, because now, one, that what you're capable of. Two, you've kind of broken down that barrier and that wall around you, if you will. You came out of your shell and you're like, okay, I'm gonna try something that I'm not comfortable with, and now you're comfortable doing pretty much anything. So that just opened the door for literally a plethora of different things. Yeah,
and meeting new people. Like, I feel like that's one of like the blessings that come with modeling, like being able to network with photographers, with creative directors, with stylists, and keeping up with them and actually building close personable relationships with them. Right. I feel like has been a big blessing as well. Yeah.
Okay. And let's talk about your background a little bit. So you were born in Ghana, correct? Now, what was that like, living in the motherland, as we refer to it as, and comparing that to, modern American, Richmond, for example? What's the contrast between both of those locations?
Yeah. I definitely feel like the Western world, you have to be in a certain type of mentality where it's always you have to get it. You know what I mean? I feel like back home in Ghana, like I can take a step back, breathe, and actually, be in my environment, instead of always feeling like I have to be one step ahead of it. Kind of thing. The people there, it just feels great when you can wake up and see people like you. Because who doesn't want to be surrounded with like beautiful Black people, and not have to like necessarily worry about
like how people will see you, or how they feel about you.
You're accepted in your natural state, and you don't feel like you have to necessarily manipulate that in any type of way. And I just feel more so myself when I am back home in Ghana. Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Now tell me a little bit about Ghana. Like, what does it look like? Because when people hear Africa, people always think, oh, like desert, Sahara. But actually certain parts are actually very modern. Like South Africa is very built up and very modern. So what is it like in Ghana?
Well, it is hot. It is really hot. But it's so beautiful. Like there's mansions, there's villages. Like you can go from one part and be in like a village where they're practicing Juju and going into shrines and all that stuff, but you go to the more modern side, like inside Accra, and you see mansions, you see like people going to clubs, you see stuff like that. So I feel like it's really almost like here in a sense, but
like how you have your hood and you have your like rich areas and things like that.
Definitely. Okay. So it's just where you go, where you are, where you're situated.
Okay. And I got you. Now forgive my ignorance, but what is Juju?
Juju, like voodoo.
Oh, voodoo. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. That's
like black magic.
Spooky. Oh man.
Spooky shit. Yeah.
Okay, I
like
got
casting spells, all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Now I'm assuming it's not the typical like rag doll with the pincushion doll, right?
I mean, it could be like that.
Okay.
But I feel like Juju's really, it's scary, but like, it's tradition.
Do you feel like it's scary because it's unknown?
Yeah.
Okay.
Almost in a sense. And like, you know, when people can use things to like a really bad, like use it in bad, instead of using it for good.
Okay, I got you.
Stuff like that. But you can use it for good as well. So it's not just, you know,
it's not all like bad and negative. So fundamentally, was it like established to be good and used for good, or I mean, because I mean, it is called black magic. I mean, that's.
I mean, I feel like everything has its good side and has its bad side, and
right.
I don't necessarily feel like it was created for good or bad. Just a way to communicate with the ancestors.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay, I got you. That's an interesting take on it, because and again, I've not done extensive research on voodoo or black magic or anything, so my knowledge of it is obviously very limited. I just heard, okay, black magic, voodoo, stay away from it, cool, you know. And that's kind of, you know, growing up, that's kind of the straight and narrow that I've been on. But yeah, and I do feel like it is kind of scary because it is unknown, you know. So a lot of people just, you know, either out of ignorance or just not choosing to delve deeper into it as far as understanding it, you know. We fear things we don't understand or things that we don't know. So,
exactly.
You know, that I feel like that plays a big part in it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, when we're talking like art and things like that, do you feel like, and you mentioned the Western world where you feel like you have to get up and get it. Do you feel like that has been further accentuated by social media? So I'm pretty sure it goes without needing to say that is the case.
Oh my God. I feel like everything is now in your face all the time. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've really had to like distance myself from like a lot of the social media stuff because like, bro, that shit is toxic. Yeah. Like, but of course you could use it for good. And of course it comes with its negatives. But
yeah, like we said earlier, with anything you do, good or bad.
You have to have a strong mind always in this world to really be sure of yourself and know where you are in this exact moment and know that it is, you know, for a reason. You can't compare your journey to anybody else's but your own. And yeah, and I also feel like Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff, it's created super like narcissistic people. Yeah. Like I feel like everybody is a narcissist in their own way with their profiles and all that stuff. Yeah. But you know, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, it's just something that you kind of gotta, you know, roll with the punches with. I mean, I'll admit, you know, I've had my moments of narcissism as well. You know, I mean, I feel like everybody's dealt with it. You know, where you kind of just, you know, you're like, okay, what can I post to get likes? Or, you know, we get validated by likes and, you know, reactions and things like that. So, and I saw that Instagram was talking about taking away likes and just testing it out to see how that would work. And I feel like that would really show who is really there for just to share their experiences and to, you know, promote whatever it is they're promoting, opposed to those that just want to be validated, you know? Right. So, I mean,
do you think that's going to like increase the amount of people using Instagram, or is
no, it's gonna plummet. It's gonna be terrible. Plummet. Yeah, because like I said, I mean, a vast majority of the people that are on social media, I mean, they're there for validation. You know, they're like, okay, how many likes can I get? How many interactions can I get with people and things like that, instead of just posting it to, you know, spread awareness or something, or to promote something, or to, you know, just share their experience in life. Like, hey, you know, I went skydiving, you know.
Right. I saw this one thing that was like, people gonna start screenshotting
who likes the pictures
and posting it on their stories, like, go show me love, thank you so much. I'm like, that's really facts. But
yeah, I can see that. I could definitely see that.
Oh no, like, it's definitely good to like take breaks away from like social media, because I just feel like you shouldn't see the world that rapidly all the time. Like, you really have to like get off, be where you are right now, and get a grasp on reality. Like, I feel like it just disillusions everybody's
Right.
perspective, but
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's just like, it could be depressing sometimes too, depending on how you view it, because, you know, nobody posts, you know, failures on Instagram or
exactly,
Facebook. It's
yeah.
always successes, you know. So you're saying, oh, this person got a new car, this person got a new house, this person has all this money, this person da da da. But at the end of the day, people portray themselves how they want to be
Yeah.
seen. So you don't see everything that goes on behind the scenes. You don't know what their story truly is. You know, they could be tax money, it could be rent money, whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, you know, like you said, don't compare your journey to other people's journeys, because you never know.
You never know.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about your website that you have. So on your website, you have various artists up there, and, you know, you have a little description about them in their social media. So let's talk a little bit about that, and what your purpose is, and your direction for that.
Okay. Well, my website was initially made to showcase my last exhibition that I curated, called Colored on Surface. I basically selected, I believe, 6 or 7 artists that I felt like explored color in dope and unique ways. So I'm sorry, what was the question again?
No, just you're good. Just talking about the website and what the intent of the website was, and the direction you wanted to go with it.
So the website, right? I did it so people could have a more in-depth look on what went on at the actual event, and now you can like kind of read about it on your phone, and get to know the artist a little bit better, follow them on their socials, just a way to plug them in to almost have a little write-up about them, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay. Almost like what we're doing.
Yeah.
Except on a website in written format.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. Now, what are your plans for that moving forward? Do you plan to continue that, or do you plan to expand that? Like, what's the direction you want to go with that?
Yeah, I definitely want to curate more shows. I'm actually in the midst of planning like the second show. I'm kind of like exploring the different like themes that I could play with, and like what artists are into right now, and stuff like that. So hopefully like 2020 I could put together another exhibition. But yeah, I definitely want to keep going on with that and seeing where I could take it, and definitely like use it to facilitate conversation that needs to be had in the art community, and also make like art more accessible to everybody, because with this past show, I really wanted to like merge a house show kind of setup with like an exhibition, like the experience that you would feel like in a museum exhibition, and kind of like bridge that gap and like have conversation in the midst of like appreciating art. Yeah.
That's dope. Now, you said you wanted to spark conversations that need to be had in the art community. What do you feel like those conversations that need to be had are?
Okay. Yeah. Everything. Like I said, like I just don't believe in censorship. So like I feel like art is definitely a way to express what's going on socially, politically, anything like that. And it's not just for the art community, I'm sorry, but it's for like the whole community to come together and actually talk about these issues, and then not just talk about it, but facilitate like a change. And yeah, just
so instead of just presenting a problem, also presenting a solution with that, or working towards one, at least, instead of just like, okay, this is the problem, and then okay, peace out, see you later, right?
Exactly, see you next week type of thing. Right. No, let's see what we could do about it right now. And I feel like artists are the most creative people that can think of like ideas off the whim. So I just want to put that together.
Okay. Now, you're planning a trip to Ghana, correct? When are you planning on going?
I'll be there July of 2020. Yeah.
Okay. So once you go there, how long are you going to be there? Like a month?
Yeah, like a month.
Okay, nice. So when you come back from that trip, do you feel like that's going to help spark some type of innovation as far as where you want to go with your next exhibition, as far as like concepts, things like that? Or did you want to do that before you went to Ghana?
I want to definitely do an exhibition before I go to Ghana. I'm just using the trip to Ghana to like really get my mind right because I am graduating. So
Congratulations, by the way.
Sorry.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
So like I'm just using this as the Ghana trip as almost like a space, like a break to just breathe and figure out where I'm gonna take it next.
Okay.
And yeah, so.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Okay. And you started your first exhibition. You were 21.
I did it on my 22nd birthday.
22nd birthday. Wow.
Yeah.
So to host an exhibition at 22, that's pretty impressive. Not a lot of people can say that they did that young. I mean, that's you definitely, I would say, are wise beyond your years. You have a direction that you know you want to go in, and you're taking the steps to get to that point. So that's very admirable, for real. So
thank you.
That's dope. No,
I
for
really
real.
appreciate that.
Absolutely.
You think I'm dope?
Of course. I wouldn't have had you up here otherwise. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And I definitely, can appreciate, your eye for art and the direction that you're going. I mean, once I saw your website and I saw the descriptions you had, and then, I saw you had Rain the Neo up there, and I did an interview with him before as well.
Yeah, Rain.
Yeah, he's
Let's
dope.
talk about that dude right there.
Yeah, his stuff is crazy. Like, I saw his art, I was like, dude, like.
Are you going to his exhibition on December 8th?
I'm trying to.
Shit, you need to.
I'm trying to. Wait, dude. I might not be able to make it. I think I have to work, but it's in Richmond.
It's in DC.
DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might not be able to make that. I think I gotta work. I gotta check my schedule, but I would like to make it out there. But
definitely.
I told him, I was
crazy.
like, I don't know if you understand like how good you actually are. Like, I was talking to him about it. I was like, bro, like this stuff is phenomenal. Like, this is actual like art that you would see in like a museum. Like, you don't see that every day.
Yeah, it's crazy because like for the exhibition, I got him to do like a live painting like for me, like so where I could see like his process, and so I could better like talk about it more. And like just the way he does it, it's just like you don't even know where he's starting.
I got you.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
You don't even know where he's starting. He just starts with like a streak of paint, and then like he'll just build it up, and then emphasize these weird organic lines, and you know what I mean, like and it's just so dope. And like how he merges, like I said that he's a mix of Henry Matisse and like Basquiat coming together because of the way he uses colors and like the way he emphasizes colors, but the way he has that like rawness almost to him. Like that's where the Basquiat reference comes from. But yeah, I really love him.
Yeah,
he's a good person.
Yeah, no, he's super dope, super genuine too. That's very
genuine.
Difficult to come by these days.
Yeah.
Now with a lot of artists, do you feel like they're more introverted than extroverted, or do you feel like it's a healthy balance of both?
Yeah, I feel like it is a healthy balance of both. I've met some introverted artists. Well, actually, I feel like most artists are introverted. Like when you meet them in person, like you look at their Instagrams and think like, okay, they're gonna be like, ha ha in your face type of thing.
Right.
But then you meet them and they're just like really shy and quiet. Like I just like to use my paintbrush and my camera type of thing. But well, yeah, I think that's what it is.
I feel like a lot of artists that are introverted use the art to talk and to express themselves, opposed to verbally putting it out there, as extroverts would, whether it be a verbal display or physical display, because people can be physically extroverted, I mean, as far as how they carry themselves and things like that. So I definitely feel like it's more on the introverted side for artists, like pure artists in a sense, like where all they do is art, instead of like a part-time kind of thing. Yeah. But that's just me. I don't interact with them as much as like you would have. So I figured I'd pick your brain about that and see what you thought about that.
Yeah, I definitely feel like now that I was talking it out, I definitely feel like a lot of artists I run into are more introverted. Yeah, and then they'll get super excited when I ask them like questions about what inspires them. That's when I get them talking, you know what I mean? But if I was just to say, hey, what's up? They're just looking at me like, please get out of my face. Like,
right.
But yeah,
I got you. So speaking of inspiration, what inspires you?
What inspires me? Golly.
You should have saw that coming. You should have saw that coming.
Golly. Okay. Yeah, what inspires me? Definitely my culture. Ghana, Africa, West Africa. That inspires me a lot. Reflecting back on the lessons that my mom taught me when I was younger, and now that I can apply them, that even that like transition from womanhood, from girlhood to womanhood, that's definitely a big inspiration for me.
Okay.
Books, school, what I learned in the classroom definitely inspires me a lot and makes me ask a lot of questions about why this has to be the way it is. You know what I mean? And what got us here. Analyzing history, I guess.
Okay. Hence the art history major.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what inspires me a lot.
Okay.
And my friends, my family, people I run into.
Okay. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So do you feel like your friends and your family are very supportive of you and your goals and aspirations and things like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a wonderful mother. She believes in me 100% no matter what I do. And I fucked up so many times. But my mom has just always been like, I know you're great. You know what I mean? And I know you're going through this like difficult situation right now, but you've been through worse. So you can definitely overcome this. And like just hearing her words replay through my head definitely helps me a lot, especially with completing school and finding motivation and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Now, quick question for you. I don't know if you're into like Marvel movies or anything like that, but have you seen Black Panther at all?
I have seen Black Panther.
You have seen? Okay. Yeah. Dope. Perfect. So with that being said,
are you gonna ask me a question about it?
No. Well, kind of. It's not like it's not like a trivia question or anything like that. It's more of an opinion based question. But with Black Panther, in general, when we have movies that have black cast, we're typically casted as drug dealers. We're casted as something negative, So seeing Black Panther and seeing that positive light and seeing the African influence in that actual movie and being from Ghana yourself, how did that make you feel watching it?
I definitely felt proud. I definitely felt like it was well deserving.
Absolutely.
Especially in the times that we're in right now.
Yeah.
I feel like
no kidding.
That movie definitely facilitated a lot of like African American people to want to connect back to their African roots. You know what I mean? So that's definitely a big up for that. I do have a problem with that movie though.
Oh man, was it like an inaccuracy or something?
It does play on a lot of African stereotypes.
Okay.
But you give a little, you take a little kind of thing. But I feel like that needs to be addressed. Okay. Definitely. And
that's good. I'm glad I asked you that because, like I said, you're being from Ghana would help, shed light on, whether it was actually culturally accurate or not. So what were some of the inaccuracies or stereotypes, I guess you should say?
Just like, I don't know, just like the whole kind of thing now where white people feel like they can say Wakanda forever and it's like, I'm supposed to be here. Like, shut up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, right. I don't know, but I just feel like it is a very like Western look on Africa instead of like a Africa portrayal. Does that make sense?
No, I got you. So it's from a Western perspective, from the outside in, opposed to the inside out.
From the inside out, yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Definitely.
Okay, interesting. Now speaking of movies,
but it's a great milestone. It's like like I definitely appreciate what it did.
Right. I like the direction it went as far as portraying. Black folk as, kings and queens opposed to, definitely. Drug dealers and baby mamas and,
right.
Whatever.
Slaves.
Right. Slaves. Yeah. That I can't believe I forgot that one. That's what I was thinking. I completely skimmed over that. But yeah, slaves. Like, I can't tell you how many damn slave movies I've seen. Like,
for real.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
I swear white people got a fetish with it.
It may be. I don't know. I don't know. They're like, hey, this is going to make a lot of money in the black community. Let's go ahead and make this. Let's get the production rolling. Let's hit up Denzel Washington. Let's get him up here. Let's get him on board. So yeah, I'm glad to see that change of pace though, and hopefully it continues to follow suit with Black Panther. Yeah. So speaking of movies though, have you ever considered doing acting? I know you said you did modeling. So and after you did modeling, you kind of expanded your horizons as far as what you would want to do or would be willing to do. So has acting ever come across as an interest for you?
I would never say never. I would definitely. I feel like it would be dope. It would be a dope experience to say I did that. But I mean, right now I'm not focused on it. But if it came down the line, I don't see why not. And the lines were right. The story was right. Everything has to be perfect. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. So coming from Ghana, jeez.
You're good.
Coming from Ghana and having your parents be Ghanaian, correct?
Yeah, Ghanaian.
Okay, I was sweating. I was like, please.
No, you're good.
so having your parents be Ghanaian and growing up in America, and interacting with African Americans opposed to Africans, what was that contrast like? Because obviously you come from an African background. I'm assuming that your parents brought those traditions and those normalcies with them when they came here. So what was the differences like in interacting with other people?
Yeah. So like when I was growing up, in like middle school, high school, like I felt myself like wanting to hide that part of me to like my peers and stuff. Like I kind of wanted to almost like erase it. Like man. I'm not African, I'm American, like I'm here kind of thing. Just because I didn't want to get ridiculed. I didn't want to face that kind of those questions like,
right,
did you guys live in trees? Like
I'm just God.
Like,
yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean? So I did that to kind of like avoid it. But when you come back home, your mom's speaking tree to you, and like you're getting instilled with those morals on a constant daily basis.
Right.
So it was almost like a balancing act when I went out with my friends, and then when I came back home, I have to be respectful, have to do this, have to do that kind of thing. But I felt myself kind of like merging the two when I got to like maybe senior year of high school, going into college. I kind of felt like, okay, like I can fully embrace myself, you know what I mean? And be who I am and not necessarily have to like worry about what people are going to think or the questions I'm going to get asked, because fuck all that. Like, I'm me, you're you came from a different background than me, I came from a different background than you, and we're here.
Absolutely.
So
okay, that's dope. And you said your mother would speak Tree to you? Tree, yeah. Tree. Is that the language of Ghana?
Yeah, that's the native language of the Ashanti people. Yes.
Okay, that's dope. That's super dope. Yeah. Okay, and I'm assuming you're fluent in it since she talks to you.
Kakrebi, a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, I could fully understand it, but as far like because of my American accent now, I just feel awkward when I speak it.
I got you.
But yeah, I can fully understand it. Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. Now, seeing that you had your outside life when you were not home, and then you come home and you transitioned back into your traditional lifestyle, I'm assuming you kind of like kept friends away from home and stuff like that?
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to have sleepovers. Nobody was allowed to come in my house. I would have to sneak out if I wanted to, go to the football games and all that stuff, because, my parents were strict and they were worried.
I got you.
Because these people are crazy.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
Definitely crazy.
So I guess they were doing it, out of protection, but during that time, it was just like, they're not letting me have any kind of fun. So.
Yeah. I mean, in retrospect, now that you're an adult and you see the world for what it really is, you're like, okay, I see why they were like that now.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, and I love it. I love the way I was raised. Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't be who you are today without it.
Exactly.
So it always, everything plays out. I mean, I'm a huge proponent of I don't have any regrets, because everything that's happened in the past has made me who I am today. You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful.
So, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
Mostly for better, though.
Good.
I like to think so, at least. But who knows? Yeah. I mean, that's my perspective and my opinion on it. Everybody has one. So, but moving forward, so you got your curation as far as the website and art and things like that. Now, do you also indulge in art yourself as far as like painting and things like that?
Yeah,
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about that.
Oh my God, let's talk about it. Okay. Yeah, I really like photography. I feel like I can visualize like a lot of things, and my mind works like very conceptually. So just using like what I'm thinking in my mind and what I'm going through and setting up a scene and taking a picture of it, it's very like, it's almost like a therapy for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I really love photography. I want to get more into it, definitely this year, but and seeing where I can take it. A big inspiration of mine is Deanna Lawson. She's a photographer that really highlights Black people in just domestic spaces, and those domestic spaces are supposed to give Black people a sense of empowerment, instead of trying to like take Black people and put them in spaces that they weren't even suited for, you know what I mean? So
right.
She's a really big inspiration right now to me in terms of like where I could take my photography, and somebody that I can like, you know, kind of look at.
Okay, that's dope. Now, what camera are you using?
Right now, I just use a super basic T3i Rebel.
Okay.
And then also my phone too.
I got you.
I want to invest, definitely.
Okay. You want to stay Canon, or do you want to like switch to Sony or Nikon or Panasonic? I mean, there's options.
Yeah, there is options. I like Canon though.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like once I'm the type of person, like once I already stick to like a brand, it's there forever.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm the same way.
I'm super loyal, so
yeah, I went the Sony route. As you can see, I have all Sonys around here. So, but I mean, yeah, that's what I know, and that's kind of what I got used to. So I kind of just stuck to the Sonys from that point forward, and I was like, all right, well, this is what I'm gonna rock with. So
yeah,
but yeah. Okay.
How do you like Sonys? Like what's that like?
I love them. So with Sony, they're a little more complicated as far as the menus are concerned, because there's like 9 pages of menus, and each of those nine tabs of menus, I'm sorry, and out of those 9 tabs, no, it's not 9 tabs, it's like 6 or 7 tabs, but out of those 7 tabs, there's like 9 pages per tab, and there's a lot of stuff you could do in it though. I mean, these all shoot 4K, so you got 4K you could choose if you want to do 120 frames per second, 60 frames per second, you know what I mean? That's in 1080 for 120 and 60. Yeah. And then the 4K is like 30 frames per second max, I believe. Dope. But yeah, I mean, they're really good cameras. The color science on Canons, I'll give them that. Color science is better on the Canons. But with the full frame lenses, like the full frame Sonys and stuff like that, they have a better low light. So if you do video, even photography too, I mean, the low light is really good on those cameras. And if you pair that with like a Sigma art lens 1.2, you get some really good images at night. So yeah, I definitely like Sony though. I mean, that's like we said, stick to one brand, and that's pretty much what it is. I
definitely have to, go camera shopping before my trip.
Yeah, definitely. Because
I feel like I'm gonna get some sick ass shots.
Hell yeah. I mean, go back to the motherland. You're gonna come back with some crazy pictures.
For real.
That's gonna be crazy.
I'm so excited about that.
Oh, man.
I've been dreaming about it.
I'll be too. You use Lightroom, Photoshop?
I use Photoshop.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Oh man, I can only imagine. Yeah. Make sure you post them when you get them too.
Yeah. I'm gonna send them right to you.
Okay. Hell yeah. I'm gonna look forward to it too. I'm gonna hold you to it.
Okay.
So what advice would you have for somebody that wants to be a curator or an artist in any capacity?
Talk your shit.
Okay.
Like, definitely talk your shit. Highlight what you feel like needs to be, addressed, instead of just doing things for the sake of doing things.
Right. Actually
think about what you're doing and how it could, play into like the community that you're in, and talk about what you want to talk about through your art. Don't let anybody make you feel like what you gotta say is unimportant. Be secure in yourself, definitely. Okay. And
Okay, nice. Yeah, I mean, I do feel like a lot of people do things for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Whether it be art, photography, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
I mean, they do it because it's trendy in their eyes, or it's the fad now. And,
yeah, but I feel like those people get weeded out quick.
No, absolutely.
They definitely get weeded out quick.
Absolutely. You can tell who has a passion for it and who's just doing it for some clout here and there. And then, because they'll be gone in a few months. You
exactly.
know? So yeah, you can definitely tell who's passionate about it and who's not. So okay, cool. Well, I feel like we have covered a lot of ground. Do you have anything that you want to add on a concluding note, or anything that we might have missed?
No, I just want to thank you for having me here. I'm super excited.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming out here. I appreciate you driving all the way down from Richmond.
Great energy.
Awesome.
His face is crazy too.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I love it.
I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, I try to make a nice feng shui here, try to make an environment that, not only I can be comfortable in, but other people are comfortable in, and it's inviting and things like that. So
super dope.
Awesome. Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for coming out. Like I said, once again. So,
thank you.
All right. So, all right, y'all. Make sure y'all go ahead and follow her on all social media platforms. Where can people find you at? Social media.
Sika Bonsu.
Sika
on everything.
Okay.
Except for Instagram, I have an underscore.
Before or after?
After.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all go ahead and follow Sika on all social media platforms. She's dope. She's out here killing the art scene. She's out here curating. She's out here taking photos with photography and things like that. So make sure y'all go ahead and follow her. Shouts out to you once again. Appreciate you for being young and doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't do that at your age. So
anybody can do it.
Anybody can do it, but a lot of people don't. Okay. So the fact that you're doing that, the fact that you're doing that is speaking volumes. So
thank you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Will do. All right, 75 Junction out.